Hello everyone, welcome back to Blacksmith Studios. My name is Jack and today I will be discussing my theory for the upcoming Superman movie in which I believe Lex Luthor may be smarter than we think. So during the Superman trailer we see the Hammer of Boravia, an original character for the movie that is shown attacking Superman and Metropolis. Now this theory stemmed from me thinking about how the Superman film may go and how the timeline of events will kind of play out. I have rewatched the trailer a few times since my breakdown and I have been trying to figure out when and where each event kind of happens in the story, and eventually certain scenes started making a little bit more sense after I kind of figured out this theory. So we know that Superman goes to Boravia to stop a war, right? Which I believe is what caused Boravia to send the Hammer of Boravia. That's what I said in my breakdown. This would put a target on America's back, and by Superman interfering in a matter that has nothing to do with him, that's made America come into this conflict with Boravia now. So, like I said, during the breakdown, I said that I believe that the Hammer of Boravia was sent to retaliate against America. But now I'm starting to think that this was all part of Lex Luthor's plan. Now, Lex Luthor is meant to be the kind of main villain of this movie. But with everything else going on in the trailers, I was kind of curious as to how. Then it hit me, right? Lex Luthor is one of the most intelligent, most terrifying characters in the DC universe. He is the smartest man in this world. So what if the Hammer of Boravia was sent by Lex Luthor? And this way he's playing both sides of the war, kind of like Emperor Palpatine did in Star Wars. So before again, I'm going to go into my thought process. So we do see in trailer footage that Mr. Terrific and Lois Lane are in this location on screen, which looks eerily similar to Lex Luthor's prison where he keeps Superman and Metamorpho. Plus, in the same location, we see the Hammer of Boravia in the same place in I think it was a set photo. I'll show it on screen now. Now, this could be either where the Hammer of Boravia suit was stored or where the character was captured. You know, it could be that Lex Luthor captured him and put him here. But it looks like he's broken out. Either way, I think Lex was the reason he has been released or created the Hammer of Boravia, so that it seems to the American government that Boravia has retaliated due to Superman's actions. And he simply called it the Hammer of Boravia and put symbols of Boravia on the suit. From there, Flag could work with Lex Luthor to capture Superman and lead a strike team into Boravia. Now, we do know that the engineer is working with both Lex and Flag, so it could be assumed that the American military have asked Lex Luthor to help them in capturing Superman. We do see from the teaser trailer as well that Luthor Corps soldiers are shown in what looks to be Boravia, and in the newest trailer, we see Mr. Terrific fighting these Luthor Corps soldiers in Boravia along with the rest of the Justice Gang. And of course, Mr. Terrific is with Lois Lane in Boravia as well. Even in this moment that I'm showing on screen again, we see Mr. Terrific and Lois Lane in this little compartment where the Hammer of Boravia is also shown to have been. So it makes me think that they discovered Lex's plan here and then they go to Boravia to stop the conflict, just like Superman would have done. But of course he's captured at this time. Let me go through a chain of events here for you. Okay, Boravia attacks Jaranpur in an invasion. Superman is called upon by a young boy during the conflict. He arrives and fights back, stopping the war. Boravia and Jaranpur stop. They've been they have a treaty or something. And Superman returns to Metropolis, and Lex seizes the opportunity and creates or releases the Hammer of Boravia and sends him after Superman. The American government will then view this attack as a retaliation from Boravia due to Superman's actions, which of course turns the public against him. We know that Superman and Lex know each other at the start of this film, but this is their first time meeting face to face. So it could be that Lex was visited by Rick Flag Sr., who says to him, "Hey, can you help me out capturing Superman?" Lex makes a deal with him, giving Flag information on Superman, and could even hand over the engineer and or Ultraman to assist him. Superman could then be captured and taken to a prison made by Lex Luthor, which is for metahumans, where Metamorpho resides and depowers Superman using kryptonite. Lex could then take advantage of Superman's absence and infiltrate the Fortress of Solitude, where he only has to fight the robots and Crypto, and he takes all the data he can find. From there, we could see the American government threatened Boravia because of his help and retaliates back due to the Hammer of Boravia attack. And of course, they asked Lex for his help, so they send Luthor Corp soldiers to fight back. During this, we could see Mr. Terrific and Lois Lane discover the true intentions behind Lex Luthor and that he created the Hammer of Boravia. And they go to Boravia to stop the soldiers, Luthor Corp soldiers, before starting another war. Now, there are, of course, some gaps in this theory, and of course, we need to tie this into Superman escaping, as well as the kaiju incident as well, and the fact that there's a baby kaiju in this film at some point. But I think it's an interesting concept to kind of step off for the plot. Plus, if Lex is behind the creation of the Hammer of Boravia, who we do know has Superman-like abilities with super strength, flight, laser eyes, being able to fight Superman one-on-one, this could be the suit that Lex bases off of when creating his own power armor sometime down the line for the DCU. So we can see him create the suit, he realizes how good it is against Superman, and he goes, hang on a second, why don't I make an armor for myself? And then he does so. I think that'll be a fantastic idea. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this theory down in the comments below. So let me know what you think down in the comments. If you like this video, then please like and subscribe for more content like this. Thank you all again so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.